Hello everyone, well it's time for a finished model video. As you can see, this one is the DeLorean. I've literally just put the last few bits on and just completed part 130. I've decided not to go any further than that. I'm very happy with the car as it is, so I've decided to stop here. But as you can see, the finished model is very impressive. The amount of detail which they managed to cram into this thing is absolutely amazing. As you can see, I decided to put a few mods on. As you can see, the flux capacitor is fluxing, and the Christmas tree is Christmas treeing, I suppose you call it. What I did with those actually from Chloe over at Model Mods, I actually bought the kits. I didn't wait for Chloe to build these things so I could actually install them fully built. I bought the kits and decided to actually make them myself. I thought, well, I'm a model maker, so surely I can assemble these parts myself. I'm just going to pan round so you can have a look at the other interior side. And they went together really well. Really enjoyed putting those parts together. Also, shout out to Tom McWilliams. Massive help with his step-by-step on the EL wire, particularly as you want to install that correctly, and that was a massive help, particularly when it came to this back end. So good piece of advice there, Todd. Very happy with that. As you can see, everything went together pretty well on the top. No issues with that. I did manage to almost snap a wing mirror off, which wasn't very good, but apart from that, it went together extremely well. As you can see, I installed the power mod again from Chloe over at Model Mods, which makes it much easier to actually power this thing. Again, full remote control, so I could have this on a shelf and have it switched on and fluxing whenever I want to. I do have to put one final detail on the door. I did go with Mike Lane's key kit, so I'll be putting that together just to finish it off. And also, of course, there's several things on here from Mike, particularly all the other decals which really elevate the thing. The carpets from Mike as well. And various other bits and pieces. You may have seen or heard on the podcast that this one was a bit of a learning exercise. I guess what I've learned from putting this one together is kind of decide which mods you want to put on. Once you know what they are, kind of get them all together if you can, if it's possible. It's just easier than having to take the car apart. I mean, if I got to pretty much finish and then decide to put the flux capacitor in and the Christmas tree, that would have been a nightmare. Trying to take the two halves apart, put it in, it would just been too much work, and the risk of shorting a wire would be massive. Must admit, when I put this thing back together after putting a few of the modifications on, there was a few anxious moments when I plugged the power in. Is it going to work? And it did. I was very happy to see everything working after I'd changed a few things. So that's the DeLorean complete. That will go into my office on a shelf once I've found some shelving that will take the weight. So that releases a space in my workshop, and that's probably going to be filled with the DB5. As you've probably seen right across Wayne's channel, and of course from Agora Models, that's due probably as we speak. It may even be delivered today, the first part. So that's probably going to be the replacement for this one in my workshop. Although I do have most of all the kit, Knight Rider to complete, so that may be one of those work all the way through and just complete the whole thing in a few sittings, as I've kept all the parts again because I waited for the modifications, particularly the dashboard mod. So yeah, there's the DeLorean in all of its glory. So on to the next one.